I always thought family was supposed to be a shelter, but mine felt more like a testing ground. Since I was little, I was the one left out of the Sunday conversations. While my cousins showed off medals, diplomas, and trips abroad, I was the quiet one, the lost one, the one who doesn't seem to have much talent. I still remember the subtle laughs, the disguised looks of pity. My mom tried to defend me, but all it took was one arrogant comment from my uncle. Lucas will figure out something useful to do one day, for her to lower her eyes. I pretended I didn't care, but it hurt. A lot. As a teenager, the difference became even clearer. While they talked about exchange programs, new cars, and expensive courses, I was working in a burger joint after school. My clothes always smelled like grease, and when I showed up at family gatherings, I heard the same jokes. "Here comes the master chef," my older cousin would say, wearing that smug grin of superiority. I smiled back, but inside I swore that one day no one would laugh at me again. I wasn't stupid. I just didn't have the same chances. I saved what little I earned and spent nights watching programming tutorials on my old lagging phone. A coworker, Rafa, lent me his broken laptop, and that's how I learned the basics. I spent months making mistakes, almost gave up, but every line of code that worked felt like punching back at all those laughs I had swallowed. When I turned 18, I left home. My mom cried, and I promised I'd come back different. I rented a tiny room in a leaky building far away, but it had Wi-Fi. I worked during the day, studied at night, and little by little I started getting freelance jobs. That's how the first company hired me. I could hardly believe it when the email came. I remember running to the bathroom at work and laughing by myself, half nervous, half thrilled. No one in my family knew. I didn't tell them. I wanted to keep that beginning just for me. The years went by and things changed fast. I founded my own startup with two friends, Rafa and Carol. At first we lived on coffee and hope, but the project grew. Investors came, and suddenly we had an office. Employees, contracts, deadlines, everything. When the first big profit came in, I looked at my balance and thought of all those times I'd heard that I'd never be anyone. It felt like the silence of everyone finally had a price, and I was the one who decided what it was worth. The first time I saw my family again was at a wedding. It had been almost 6 years. I arrived in a car I'd never dreamed of owning, wearing an expensive suit, but with the same calm look as before. No one recognized me at first. When they realized who I was, their faces changed. "Lucas, you look so different. You're an entrepreneur now?" I just smiled. The same cousin who used to call me the burger guy came to shake my hand and said he had always believed in me. I wanted to laugh, but I simply said, "Yeah, life changes." During dinner, they bragged about their own businesses and trips, then started asking for advice, wanting partnerships and connections. I just told them I was very busy these days. Deep down, it wasn't revenge, it was freedom. I didn't need to prove anything anymore. I had built everything without any of them, and now I could look at them without feeling that weight on my chest. When I left, I stopped by my mom's place. She hugged me tight, eyes full of tears, and said, "I always knew you'd make it." And in that moment, I realized she was the only one whose opinion still mattered. The rest stayed behind, somewhere between fake smiles and old jokes. Today I own several companies, I travel, I work with what I love, but I still keep a vivid memory of that boy who smelled like grease. He was the one who truly believed in me when no one else did. Sometimes I think real success isn't about money. It's about choosing who deserves a seat at your table. And honestly, after everything I've been through, I'd rather eat alone than share a plate with those who once laughed at my hunger. Sometimes I still see them on social media, posting motivational quotes as if they'd always been kind. Little do they know, they were the push I needed. I forgave them, but I never forgot. And maybe that's what keeps me moving, remembering where I came from and never letting anyone make me feel small again.